there is this utterly desperate attempt by those on the Republican right, social conservative right, to paint people on the left or Bernie Sanders supporters or the like as being Nazis or being Nazi-like or having a lot in common with Nazis, which of course just isn't the case. But I'm making this video because I figured, hey, why not? I haven't made one like this yet, so I figure, yeah, might as well do one, get it out of the way, and do whatever I can to show how those who are socially conservative actually have a lot more in common with Nazis than those who are socially liberal. People who are socially liberal tend to be, like the libertarian crowd or the left-leaning crowd, So just so you know, if you're libertarian and you're watching this video, I'm not really talking about libertarians, because libertarians tend to be socially liberal. They tend to be more for personal freedoms, and I'm not really talking about libertarians. So just if you have any concerns, I'm not really. If you're watching this being a libertarian and you're worried I'm going to go down that road, I'm not. So I'm talking about those who are socially conservative. And whenever I bring up like points of history, I try to, instead of saying either Democrat or Republican, I try to say the difference between socially liberal and socially conservative. That seems to be a much better metric on how to properly define the situation and what's going on. You know what I mean? But they got this guy behind me, Arthur Jones. He a while back won the GOP primary, the Republican GOP primary in Illinois, and he's a neo-Nazi. If the Democrats and the liberals and the lefties or whatever were so fucking Nazi-like, why are they neo-Nazis and others like him too, running for office as Republican candidates? Why don't they just run as Democrats? You know why? Because they're running with the crowd and want to run with a party that's socially conservative. Neo-Nazis, they don't like gays, let alone trans people. They're not for interracial marriage. And we still have a number of people who are in this country who are on the socially conservative side who are still uneasy, though they may not admit it, they're still uneasy with the concept of interracial or interethnic marriages. Versus people who are socially liberal or to the left. Hey, fine, you want to get married? Go right ahead. You're a gay person, you want to get married? Go right ahead. You're a trans person who wants to get married or even adopt? Hey, go right ahead. That's what us on the social left say. Versus those who are socially conservative, well, they tend to be really against that shit. Though they may not admit it up front, they deep down, they're like, ooh. And it's just absolutely ridiculous that people like Dinesh D'Souza, the douchebag, would try to paint people who are socially liberal as not being in lockstep or have a lot in common with Nazis. It's an absolute ridiculous. I mean, the thing is, the Nazis in Hitler's Germany, Hitler's Nazi Party, when Hitler transformed the Nazi Party from what was at the time created by two guys, I forget their name, they actually had like a more of a balanced or more of a socialist sort of vibe going with it, until Hitler came along and took over the party, kicked out all the left-wing elements, kicked out all the socialists and anyone who was gay, or at least openly gay, and made the Nazi Party very right-wing, very socially conservative. So if anybody wants to try to get clever in the comments section below and try to point that out, and hey, Nazis have the word socialist in their name, well, there's a bit of history behind that, and I will give you shit for it because you know what you're trying to do, and no, it's not going to fly with me. So if you want to, hey, come see me in the comments section, and we'll talk about it. But anywho, another concept that social conservatives or people on the right love is privatization. You hear about them talking about it all the time. They want to privatize this, privatize that, privatize Social Security, privatize Medicare, privatize. They just love that word. Oh man, make private. Well, guess who did a lot of privatization too? Hitler's fucking Nazi Party. Before Hitler came to power, Germany had a public health care system in place, and guess what happened? Hitler came in and ended that and put in private insurance companies. He privatized the fucking healthcare fucking situation in Germany when he came to power. So when I see people in the comment section of other videos talking about, well, the Nazis wanted universal healthcare, like, dude, you're on crack, dude. That's not what the fuck happened. Of course, I give them a link and to show that they're full of shit, and 9 out of 10 times they don't respond. Gee, I wonder why. It's because they're full of shit. So it's like, I mean, if people like Dinesh D'Souza want to try to get like really down and dirty like that, well, guess what? He's going. People like him are going to get shit from people like me. Because what's going to happen is someone's more likely going to put a comment in my section, on this video. And like, how dare you compare us to fucking Nazis? They're all going to get upset, right? Righteous indignation. But anyway, I'm going to give them shit for that. Because if Dinesh D'Souza is going to try to compare, say, what Greta, how do you pronounce her name? The girl from Sweden, I think, who's trying to raise awareness about climate change. If he's going to try to compare her, Greta, to the fucking Hitler Youth, no. Fuck you, dude. I don't fucking think so. That's not going to fly. Of course, I'm sure he's getting a lot of shit for it, but he doesn't give a shit. He's being paid money to push this shit. I've tried to see who's exactly funding him. I think a lot of it is like maybe, I don't know, grassroots funding. I'm trying to see if there's any big money. I think I've seen an article a while back saying that who's kind of financing his operations, but I just can't find it. But so when people like Dinesh D'Souza, the douchebag, puts out shit like what he did about Greta, trying to compare her to fucking Hitler Youth and shit, like, no. He's just paid troll, and he's proud of what he does. He's like, I don't care if I'm lying. I'm getting paid. That stupid grin he does. But anyway, so yeah, there's a lot in common that people who are socially conservative and those who are neo-Nazis and were Nazis and Hitler's Nazi party, they have a lot in common. They do. And if someone gets all offended by, oh, how dare you comparison? Oh well. Stop supporting the fucking policies of being against gay marriage or gays existing or being against inter-ethnic marriages, shit like that. Stop being against that. Like, why are you fucking against that shit? If you don't act like a Nazi, then I won't call you one. Or at least, if you don't hold a lot of similar beliefs that they did. Privatization and all that. Gotta privatize everything. Gotta make a buck off of every fucking thing. It's just utter ridiculousness from those on the social conservative right, trying to desperately deflect. It's just like fucking wow. And the way they spin this shit too, like the only point that they sort of kind of have, but not really, is the whole abortion thing. Here's the thing: when Hitler's Nazi Germany did, say, the eugenics program, that shit wasn't by choice. When there were a whole bunch of women who were forced to have abortions, versus in the United States and other countries where pro-choice is the way they operate. Women have the choice to either keep it or have the abortion, especially if it's for health reasons. There's that choice. You have a choice to do it. Versus like in Nazi Germany, a lot of women didn't have a fucking choice. And who's the party who's against fucking women having a choice in that matter? The Republican Party. So hopefully next time, whenever you come across some fucking right-wing douche nozzle trying to spout shit, oh, the left-wingers are Nazis. Now you have something to push back a little bit against, because it really is a wholly desperate attempt on the right-wingers' part to try to deflect and make it look like, left-wing bad, right-wing always good. And that's just not the case. Utter ridiculousness. But anywho, like I said, especially if this video upset you, even though you'll probably try to claim it didn't. Well, I'm not really upset, but I'm going to upset anyway. Yeah, feel free to put some in the comment section below. That'd be good. And we have us a good old time. You know what I'm saying? See you around.